away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Today we have an exciting matchup between two teams looking to perform on a big stage. It's the Bears going up against the Lions. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. One receiver left, three to the right. Cousins now to throw on first down. They complete it to Hill. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Second down now after the pass completion. Now a second down throw for Cousins. It's Hill, complete. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
First down, here's Cousins. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was not a completion that results in a highlight video. But at the same time, if you have those kind of completions all game long, eventually one of them might turn into a highlight.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
No. Leopard!
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Let's go! Blue 90!
A first down throw for Cousins. And he's got his man on the out route. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
The former Michigan Stater, it's Jeremy Langford. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. We see this offense, and we see Jeremy Langford, certainly a guy to watch in this game.
He plays the game with great determination, Brandon. In college, he played multiple positions before settling in at running back. He made the right choice.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Langford. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. And the starting crew defensively for Detroit.
As Darius Slay continues to improve at the quarterback position, he may live up to his own nickname as the Slaymaker.
2nd down to the offense needing 5 yards.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. They'll run here with Langford. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. This opening drive has taken them to the 2, but now they come up on a 3rd and goal.
Brandon, now we find out what their definition of commitment is. They've run it on the first 2 plays. Do they come back and do it again? They're that much closer to getting into the end zone.
Yeah, inching close, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jeremy Langford, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the first carry for Wendell Smallwood. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down.
Set, move 60. 32. 32.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Lions are going to have a first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
First down, a run with Smallwood. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Shift together here from the D-line. Play clock winding down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
To throw on second down is Stafford. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. A first run for the backup, Abdullah. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. These guys told us, these guys being the coaches, they wanted to really stretch the field, get the ball down deep. They were able to do that here.
And you know when you stretch the field, you often leave guys in one-on-one situations, and that allows your better athletes to go up and get the football. I love the preparation that they put into this. They made it a priority, and they got what they expected.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Wendell Smallwood hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 40, past the 20. And he dives into the end zone and gets the 2 points. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Let's just go ahead and go back through that play with his eyes, because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, or if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do, and if he ends up with the football, okay, now you got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you? Are you going to try to elude him? Are you going to take him on and hold your spot? What are you going to do? In this case, didn't have to do any of that. Saw all of his keys, saw the play in front of him, and ran clean to the ball carrier and finished off the play.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Leopard! No, check, Patriot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. 5 yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down. On play action, Cousins trying to lay one up deep. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chicago. Tyreek Hill, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end end zone for the touchdown.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On second down, here's Stafford. It's complete to Golden Tate. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And quickly, they get to the line. On 1st down, it's Stafford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Drill right, 22.
On 2nd down, Smallwood. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Hey!
3rd and long, it's Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Martin to punt it away for Detroit. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Nevin Lawson there on the tackle.
Well, both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
No. Check. Patriot.
Back near the goal line, Cousins. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. So here come the Lions now. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And incomplete base hit jars the ball free and brings up third down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Here's Abdullah. And he's able to get up here to the 26. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, here's Prater now set to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Caught right side. Tate. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-round. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
To throw is Stafford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 23 yards on the play. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And Cook has it left side. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
And the coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, I mean, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. They give to Smallwood. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Deep drop. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
His throw caught right around the 6. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Running for it, Smallwood. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Wendell Smallwood with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19!
Fitzgerald coming in motion right.
Watch him now, Barney!
On second down, Cousins again. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's third down. 10 yards to go on third. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They go play action. Cousins. They'll roll him out right. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
In motion comes the tight end left. On first down, they run with Howard. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards on the pickup, and it'll be first down Bears.
There's no doubt that his size is a factor, but I've seen a lot of big running backs in the league not have that kind of impact because they don't run like a big back should. Get behind their pads, as they like to say, lower center of gravity, and knock people backwards. Sometimes they run too upright and take too many hits. Not this guy. He knows how to get low, break tackles, and gain additional yardage.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. So the D-line's going to spread out.
3-19! 3-19! Back down, Philly, here we go! No, check, Patriot!
On first, they go right back to Howard. Oh, he bowls over it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. While other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, That big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
First and goal at the 3-yard line now. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Eddie Goldman coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And off comes to Smallwood. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. And they're going to speed things up here. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
On 3rd down, Jeremy Langford. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
First down. Here's Cousins. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
All right, I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. They'll send the tight end in motion. This is Howard on 2nd down. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. To throw, Cousins. Forced out to his left. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So they settled for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
And Detroit getting set to go now. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Pernell McPhee in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Ebron with it over the middle. And down he'll go at the 25. 17 yards on the pickup. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Seven yards remain now on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford caught right side. Tate. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Toss play. This is Smallwood. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take...
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Cousins here to throw. Finding time. Going for the deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here we go. No. Check. Patriot.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jordan Howard, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. To the right side to Eric Ebron. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver.
Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Stafford here coming off his pick 6. Flush to his right. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Alone to the right is Jones.
Set, blue zebra. 10.
On first down, Stafford here. Ebron's got it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Fresh set of downs here.
All right, boys, here we go. Lady,
On first down, it's Stafford. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Charles, we saw a lot.